I'm gonna use my headset mic.
Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about Pillage. We're going to talk about Judgment Day. And let's introduce everybody. Kenny,
Hello, hello.
Lady Cat,
Hello, hello.
Magic Mike,
Hello.
Derpy.
Good afternoon.
And you got some explaining to do, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I do? Okay.
And KB,
Hello, everyone.
welcome on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And let's get started so we can get Derpy doing some explanation. As on Wednesday, everything's good in the bug fix world. And I was supposed to get was promised yesterday by an hour ago I would get an update to this calendar for the show for the next month because the delay in the CM diary, but that has not happened yet. So let's see if we can piece it together again. Right now, we are in this March T9 Tier 9 Siege TLC. Next week is Pillage. A reminder. Oh, also, another thing to remind everybody. Start saving the chests that you earn right now. Not the tokens that you had from last week, but start saving your chest because we have this week Tier 9 Siege TLC. Next week, Pillage. So that's two sets. You can open one set, leave the other one open. Then we have the raid where you want to have as many FM tokens as possible to build the zealot before VXP weekend. So this is the week to start saving. And all right, the next one, so Derpy can start explaining. All right, what's going on with your people here, Derpy?
I'm not responsible for their behavior. The Punisher is a better hole than the Punisher Mark II. People are just voting for that one because it's new. The Punisher you could use it as a tank, you could build it as a launcher build, you could go ballistics, you could use it in the drac bases before they made the most recent change. It was much better. You could use it with your Harlock Citadel fleet, and the Punisher Mark II was one use.
Yeah, because it was high evade, high resistances, and at that point we had PVE. And one use was the PVE remote targeting, and as you mentioned, and it worked out wonderfully because they never really gave us a tank for the citadels, and this worked out as a good tank, but it had multiple uses, stayed in the game as being relevant for 12 to 16 months, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Which is a long time.
Yeah. And this will have, the Punisher MK2 will have limited uses, for, at the max 6 months. So, and I'm not sure how everybody likes the experience of having one raid where probably 90+% of the people in the first raid could only half build it. So, yeah.
I didn't like that experience.
I don't like that stuff myself.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for such little usage.
Yeah. It's not yeah, you could hit bases with it. I can't remember what it wasn't as. I don't remember at that point what else was out there, but yeah, you could. It was always a good tank, if nothing else, between the high resistances and the ability to put a lot of evade on it. So yeah, it had a lot of ways you could play with that one. So yeah, go out and vote. Let me see. Do I have? I'll put the brackets out if people want to try and overcome what. I guess I'm not going to call them Derpy's people anymore, since he threw them all under the bus earlier. But
they belong under the bus.
Yes. So the links right there, in case you want to click on it and vote and try and get the Punisher back to, advancing. I would hope it really should. So, okay. Any more thoughts on this or?
Back to the calendar. What's going on next week? Is that Pillage?
Pillage, yeah. Pillage,
And the week after that's the raid?
yes. Yeah. And like I said on Wednesday, expect some sort of special. A lot of people, you predicted a while before that at some point we might get a upgrade for the radioactive battery.
Yeah, I thought it was coming in the Forsaken mission, though, so that didn't happen.
Yeah. So something's going to happen. And if you're still working on going from the 200K dock to the 400K dock, I would save some of your Punisher specific tokens, or even your other, especially the Punisher specific tokens, to combine what some of what you already need with what's new, as opposed to if there's a chance that you're, I only need to put one piece of armor on this ship, and it's 8.5 hours or whatever it is, and using one of the tokens you're getting out of Judgment Day, I might continue to slow build other stuff and then combine, that small need with something else in order to take more advantage of the tokens you're earning in Judgment Day. So, all right. Is there anything else you had on that, Derby? Nope. Okay. Might have lost him for a second.
Armor heard me.
Okay, you're getting a little bit robot-y. Yeah.
Is this better?
Yep, much better.
Okay.
But what were you trying to say?
I said I had nothing else on that one.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's move ahead. And again, the link's on the right-hand side in case anybody wants to vote. And we still have the Judgment Day TLC. Personally, I'm up through the second mastery round. I converted over to using. I finally got my Punisher out of upgrade, and I'm quite happy with running through the whole prize pack with mastery prize pack with it. It's working extremely well, especially if you go back to Wednesday's show and watch Kenny's walkthrough on how not to do it. But
I'm going to have a talk with you because I'm not having that kind of luck.
Yeah. The last time I ran through it, I had I definitely the first two were instant repair on the water, but the rest of them where I was doing instant repair in the dock by breaking it apart, and I had 3 minutes of downtime the entire mastery round, including because I had 12 minutes of damage when I was done on the water, so I was able to break it down and instant repair it at that point. I think the one I took the most damage was like 3 or 4 because some of the long runs associated with it.
That's awesome. I'm not having that kind of luck. I'm doing okay though with the Dragoons.
I can do it with Dragoons.
Yeah.
Sadly, I put my Punisher flag in for upgrade, and it's got another week to go. So I did try it without the flag and didn't do so well. So back to Dragoons. But my problem is I'm also doing bounty, and whether I'm worth points or not, I'm getting hit frequently, and my rocket's down.
Your launch pad.
My launch pad's down. Yeah, so I can't rocket. Put a pinch on some of the turrets, which is a little frustrating because it takes on, it never repairs.
Yeah, Yeah, I said, as I told earlier today, I sent a message to Saltwater last week about this issue because I had got my launch pad knocked out right after I finished doing the Judgment Day weekend. And I was like, oh, okay, if, it has like what is it, a 12-hour repair?
Yeah, I don't know. I never get that far.
Okay. But basically, if the reason that this was put in, this sort of extremely long repair time on the launch pad, dates way back in the game. Originally, when the launch pad came out, very reason, it was like a half an hour or something like that. And the issue became, though, that players would get mad at each other, and players would just
and now
go.
players don't get mad at each other anymore at all.
Well, except for there's a difference in what's going on with the launchpad.
Yeah,
They would
docks.
Yeah, they would bunker bust people's docks and just basically just keep them out of the game by, forcing the repair time. But nowadays, the bunker buster, I'm assuming, I don't know.
Won't even scratch a dock.
Yeah, it's instant repair. But they still have this from way back. They still have this punitive repair time, because the strategy would be, at that point, you would either go and kill the guy's launch pad, or you would bunker bust his launch pad, and you were out for an hour and a half, or hour and a half, whatever it was at that point with the dock. But he was, now you can knock him out for 12 plus hours from doing that back to you. So, but that's not really part of it. It's not relevant anymore. And so I was, sort of requesting, as part of the PvP adjustment, to maybe that's going to happen. It's coming soon. Trademark. That maybe that they would significantly lower the repair time of the launch pad at this point, because you're going to take a lot more damage on this TLC if you don't have any pinches available.
Yeah, I don't have any. I won't have pinches available. I can't buy a bubble, and there's no way I can stop from getting hit because I'm worth points. I guess I'm worth points even if I don't have any bounty. I'm still worth 1,000 points, I think. So people are still hitting me. Or else they're just hitting me because they want to. But regardless, I don't have a launch pad, and I struggle with this TLC. So,
Yep.
I guess I could use my 4 punishers to get that first one out and just have them get damaged at the beginning.
Actually, the Punishers don't do too bad against that guy.
Well, yeah, but I don't have the flag, so...
No, even without it, if you just do what you just said,
Yeah,
clear just that one target out, it'll be able to run through and do it.
Yeah, I might try that.
Just time the fire very well. It's like a Nintendo game. Just time. You have to go around that corner and kill it while the fire isn't going both directions.
Right.
Are you, Kenny, when you do it, are you using a pinch at all on the second target?
Yeah, I pinched the first blue guy.
Huh, okay. I pinched the thrower that's all the way up the top with that long run that you have.
Yeah.
Just to avoid because it looked like I was going to have trouble making that run without getting hit by the throwers.
Well,
it may not be necessary.
First time I screwed that up, I found out the thrower doesn't hurt that bad.
Yeah, well, like I said, not that bad, or I was trying to, like I said, I went, I
You're
did
going
12
you're
minutes.
going to the low number. You weren't going for just easy.
Yeah. So,
But I'm sure Lady Cat would just like to finish it. So,
Yeah.
the 4 punishers will take out the blue guy, and then you just retreat and do it normally.
That's what I'll try. I still wish I'd had the pin just to save time. But I will try that. Thank you. But yeah, I don't think the launch pad should take any longer than the dock does. It should be the same or even less, because what's the point?
Ben saying the flamethrower hurts way. Okay. Ben's saying that the Pluto, I assume, doesn't impact the Punisher that much, but the thrower hurts way more. Yeah, that's why I was pinching the thrower with the long run. That's way up at the top of the target. Personally.
Yeah, I ran. If you time it right, you get hit by one of the one fireball at most. It's a long run, but you still only get hit by one or two fireballs if you time it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost have to start moving before you think you can, and you survive, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, the good thing about the Punisher, you don't have to keep it moving to keep its speed. I mean, go when you go. It's not like the Dragoon that you have to keep moving.
Yeah, that's what screwed me up so much, is having to go in circles, and then
Yeah,
you've seen me try and do that, and then click
I
on the wrong
do
ship.
the same thing. Click on the ships instead of right next to them, and end up selecting a ship, and then it's a mess.
Yep.
I'm sure lots of us do that.
Yep. And I don't know. Is there anything else we should? Because we don't, anything else we should be talking about is Judgment Day. As we talked about how to hit it. We talked about, a lot of people are probably going to go over on tokens. So yeah, like the things I mentioned before, if you're in the position where you're going to go over, of course, use it on, whatever nonsense that you have. I don't want to say nonsense, but anything you have available, if it's just one armor piece or one throw or whatnot, go ahead and use it if you're going to still max out at 10. But do expect next week to have a need to use these Punisher build tokens for some sort of special that's going to come out in Pillage.
But they just have to do that to us.
I don't know. They've done it historically, so I don't know that anything's coming out. I'm just going by past history. That's tends to be what they do.
Hopefully, most people will have their dock up at least by this one.
Yeah, up to 16. Yeah. Still no word at all about. This feels like one of those cycles that should be extended to 3 months, but all the feedback from Kixeye that I've seen is that's not going to happen.
And that's going to be the real issue, is how they tune the raid, because there's still going to be a lot of people that won't have their Punishers completely kitted out.
Right. Or they're not, between the two.
Yeah. But it also creates a larger problem. Now they're not really probably going to be kitted out for the TLCs and the event that's happening afterwards, because they're going to have to start working on the next chip. So it's not just the raid; it's the rest of that Punisher's life. I'm sorry, did I Derpy?
I was gonna say most people should have their Punisher about finished to the build that we knew trade. Like maybe they won't have whatever escalation tech comes out, but most people over 2 months should be able to build 5 Punishers and maybe not even upgrade them at all. I think most people should be able to build the whole thing.
Yeah, I think they definitely should be able to build it, especially with how, I'm going to say the word generous, they've been with this Judgment Day TLC. With twice in a week, we've gotten an additional 8 days of build tokens and 5 days of upgrade tokens. So I think they should all be done. It just depends on how important those upgrades really turn out to be, and the impact that it's going to have on people after the raid. Not just the raid, but TLCs that are going to come out associated with the Punisher. I mean,
Well,
maybe
hopefully they'll keep running this Judgment Day TLC even after the raid to let those people catch up.
Because as soon as we get the new hole, people need to build that instead of the Punisher.
Yeah.
If you're ever building something that's behind, you're doing it wrong in this game.
Great.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Save your tokens. This FM.
Yes. For the
I did that.
I
I
would
did
have spent them. I was going to spend them on Warhounds. I'm glad I didn't.
I had to waste a couple so I could open last week so I could fill it up with this week's. But now I got full tokens. And when I say waste a couple, I'm building a PvP ship that I don't do. So just because.
Okay.
Not that anybody cares. I just thought I'd chime in.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess we can step over to Bounty if we're done with Judgment Day. I don't know how. I guess the big issue is the performance of the Decimator cannon. I don't know. I know Kenny's had a little bit of experience with that. Has anybody watched any videos, or everybody's complaining the lack of performance that it has? I haven't seen any videos, or I don't have one in my base. Some people have complained about the reload is not half a second. I've seen different complaints, but generally the complaint I've seen, I'm not sure if it's well-founded, is that it's underperforming relative to what people thought it would.
Which has sort of been what's been happening with the last few as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much par for the course.
We're all hoping that finally we get to at least peel the paint off of these 5 Warhounds, and it's not happening.
Yeah, and KB's going with the golf course analogy. Very good.
If you give me about 2 minutes, I can pull of someone hitting my base. I have 3 of them in.
Okay. And okay. Yeah, and so does you have okay. Kenny, you only have 1.
Yeah, I only have 1, but
Okay.
I won't be putting more in given what it didn't do to any ships that went through it.
Okay. Well, we'll see what Derpy has.
It seems sometimes with these newer turrets that they bring out that you need more than one to make any difference.
Yeah, which would make sense if they had some sort of stacking thing, but like a shockwave or whatnot. But yeah, Kyle's not having great luck with them. Chuck thinks the fire rate is broken.
They're supposed to do enough damage to make you stop and hit it, but I guess people are just driving right through them.
Yeah. Are you about ready? Let me know when you're ready, Derpy.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So my base is not the best. I think these, and that's an understatement. I have 3. The heavy ballistic shell special, and then
rails.
supercharged rails, and then a defense special.
Mm-hmm.
I just redid my base. It's not the best, but I have 3 of them right here pointing through the channel. And this guy attacking me is going to charge straight through them and not stop and kill them. And I have them all pointing right here. I think it ends up killing most of one ship. And I'm pretty happy with that compared to everything else.
Okay. Compared to everything else, meaning
in my base that just.
okay.
So he charges through there. They start firing, and his health is dropping pretty quickly. Loses about a quarter of it, but then keeps going. Keeps going around. So he charged straight through them and lived. If I had something, if I moved one of my portals to stop it, they might have done a bit better.
Yeah. There we go. Now it's starting to clear up. It was a little. We were having a fuzziness issue with you a little bit, Derpy. Are you someplace different than normal?
I'm where I was last week, so
Okay. Work release. I'm just kidding. No, it's just
yeah, they let me out for a month.
yeah. Just so you don't get the virus. But are you showing us another one or?
It's the same one again. In case
Okay.
it's
Okay.
not fuzzy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's clear now.
It's clear now. Yeah. Before it was hard to see what was going on. But there we go.
So they are doing a decent amount of damage.
Yeah. Is anybody else that has a better? Because I can't. When I watch through the screen, I can't blow it up. Any idea as far as looking at the fire? Does it look like it's firing every half a second, or not so much?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell either. But what do you think, Derpy? Because it has a reload.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, either I have the wrong specials on, or their armor was bad because I didn't see a health bar moving when I had mine run through.
You just had one. Do you want to show that, Kenny?
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Okay. Maybe with
Feel free to switch out of mine whenever.
Yeah. I'm just waiting
I'm
for him
going
to
through it again.
pop it up.
Someone else did hit them, and he stopped and took out all three from max range.
Okay.
When I was hitting Half Centaur's Kixeye employee base 106,
Yeah.
they were doing a decent amount of damage to my 3 Warhounds.
Yeah, but that's always the case. The Kixeye bases seem to do a lot more damage with the weapons than what ours do.
Yeah. At this point, it's just.
I don't think it's firing every half
You can
second.
see them moving.
Yeah, you can see them moving, and it does look like, maybe it's something we could slow down at some point or whatnot. But yeah, it did look like there was a good rate of fire coming out of them.
I didn't notice a fire problem. I saw them firing. You could see the guns doing their thing, but they were just ignoring it.
Okay. All right. Let me know when you're up and running there, Kenny.
I should be in full screen now. Am I?
Yep. All righty. I guess time to go to the replay. Has people put out videos of showing what's going on from by isolating the turret, and that I haven't seen, or
I haven't seen any.
okay?
Maybe I'll have to move one around and have to come park a parked a ship out in front of it.
Oh, where's yours at? Point it out to me, Jeff.
Where's my what?
Your turret, your short range turret.
Oh, right there.
Okay, so it's gonna be a.
It's got plenty of time to shoot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get prepped. He just ignores it and drives right by it. It's the only turret left at the end of the attack, actually.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then we potentially can see how it's firing.
Yeah, but there's my kill zone right there, and he's just sort of going, "Oh, I feel something tickling me."
Wait, that's something else that you're clicking on now, though.
Was it
No,
giggling?
I could this.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay.
But he drives around in circles. Like, I don't know if he just decided he wanted to prep out the dreads first, but he drives around in circles in my kill zone and laughs it off.
But that's a kill zone from
the more tough turret.
The far sight.
From these guys, whatever they're called.
Yeah, he's not in the cannon range, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's only very short
When he
range.
hits the corner, he's being fired at by like 7 HTs.
Yeah.
And
We're trying to concentrate on that one.
Okay, it's going into it right now,
Yeah.
and it's firing, but not doing anything. And you see that one coming around the corner now? It's just blasting away at it, and its health bar is not moving. They just went around the corner with a regard.
And you have heavy ballistic
Looks like it's
shells.
firing every half second.
It did look like it was firing every half second.
Okay, so that's not the issue. It's some combination of evade and turret defense is really.
Yeah, something key on the
And
warhounds.
Are
they
the
jump
turret
fire?
does have 95% accuracy, but you can boost that higher.
I did. I put the
It's a matter
accuracy
if they have-
boost. The accuracy boost
Okay.
was on it.
Which one? Because the general accuracy doesn't work. Does it say ballistic accuracy?
Yes.
Okay. That should work. Okay.
Yeah, I filtered by ballistic specials only, and that was. I'd show you, but it's kind of broken at the moment.
Yeah. Well, already, you don't want everybody to know because it's top secret.
Yeah, top secret, because I don't want anybody to know that this guy drove into my base, went around in circles in my kill zone, and I took 20%.
Drove right by your turret. He drove right by your turret with multiple ships multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
he
can't
really.
give away your super secret technology.
and then drove back out of my base in a nice little parade here.
Well, I'd like to know his build.
Yeah, I'd love to know, because it's obvious. My first reaction is hacker, but of course he probably just had a lot of what he needed for armor on it, and
Got
maybe
a
more,
good build, yeah.
more agility than I expected. But I didn't do much damage to him, as you can see.
Yeah.
For the same fleet, a 5 Warhound fleet was almost dead, so it is probably the build. I've actually killed a 5 Warhound fleet recently, and it did the exact same thing
With the
without the new weapon.
okay.
And so his build is somewhat better somehow.
Okay. Are you heavily relying on accuracy-based weapons as opposed to splash-based weapons?
Let me tell you the name of the turrets, and you tell me if I'll just exit out of here.
Yeah, just the HT turrets, not the.
Yeah, I mostly have one type, and I can't. And this escapes me its name at the moment. I'll tell you in a second.
Farsight?
No,
Missile one?
no, this
Or
guy
the
here.
one?
This guy that I can't tell his name because it doesn't. Oh, maybe if I go into base planner. Tempests.
The radioactive ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're also accuracy-based, though, right? Accuracy-based with the shockwave.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
saw high evade fleet coming in. It's gonna-
Okay, now I'm going to embarrass myself and show you the specials on this and see if I got it right.
Can't read that. Can you?
That's what I have on it.
Oh, I can't see it either. It's too small.
Okay. Ballistic recoil suppressor.
I don't
Supercharged
have that on mine.
EM rails 3.
I've got that.
Frontline platform CX.
I don't have that one. I have heavy ballistic shells, that one that increases ballistic damage and accuracy instead of your ballistic recoil suppressor.
So maybe I've got the wrong special on there.
Yeah.
Or I do.
Deal out some more damage.
I'll change it out in 4 hours. Of course, my bubble only lasts 7 more minutes, so I may never get to change my base for the next day or two.
Yeah, I can't tell. I don't even care right now. I couldn't keep them out before.
But that's the weird part, is the warhounds that hit me just not too long ago. I'll see if you. It wiped out this breacher one. See this war? Well, I guess I lied. He only has 14% damage with 5 warhounds as well. I guess I was thinking of this guy that lost with his breachers. Oh, it was the trencher that took 69, 73, and 71. I was happy the trencher didn't get all the way through.
Yeah, they're not much good.
But yeah, I guess I lied. This warhound got through with 13%. Guess I'm not doing good against 5 warhounds.
Yeah, most of us aren't. I'm sure there's some
If only
people.
there was some kind of hole or something that we could put in our base to defend it.
You think?
Maybe that would help a little bit.
You think that maybe we shouldn't
If you
have
could
put
get
out?
as a prize in some kind of event,
You
maybe an event that gives out PvP prizes.
A supercharged gunboat.
Don't they?
Oh, that's it.
Don't they usually put the defenders in the raid?
I don't know, because we have to be getting next raid cycles whole. I already have for the scattergun assault hole. We're gonna get that next raid, right?
Right.
So they're not gonna give us a PvP hole at the same time, are they? They haven't
No,
for a really long time now.
no, they shouldn't do that. Yeah, it'll probably be next bounty, maybe, if there's one even then. I think that they want to appease the PvP players. So, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. But
Are they gonna give us something in pillage? I don't think so.
that would be... No, they're not going to give us a haul and pillage. We'd have heard that by now.
Leonard's asking what specials I have. I have I'd show you, but I have heavy ballistic shells. It's like it's number 4 under the ballistic shell stuff. Then I have the supercharged EM rails, and then I have the alloy armor with missile and corrosive, or missile and concussive. That's what I have. Might not be the best, but
Okay. Yeah, and like I was thinking, as far as we have limited choices, but
pun intended.
yes, you don't need to only worry about what's going on with your damage type, but whether you're accuracy based or not, whether you have, so it's a high evade tank might take away a lot of your damage. Either UAVs or splash based stuff. But so
The other thing with that turret too is you can't have 3 full armors on it either.
Depending on what specials you go for, you can.
yeah, he's saying if you have a defensive a lighter. Well, I actually went with a lighter one. I can't get into my game right now, but I forget what I put on mine. That was. I think it was projectile speed or something. But yeah, projectile speed mixed with something else. The BP next week just came up. I'll just
Well,
jump
there we go.
quick. The 10.14 update contains support for April Pillage plus 2 campaigns, Beyond the Breach and Cry Havoc. Both are PvE related campaigns. And then April Pillage features garrison and assault targets, plus the new T9 Absolver Scattergun.
Who?
I guess this is for the next raid cycle. Because its next raid cycle is assaults, and scatterguns are corrosive. So
Unless it somehow means it doesn't mean another base turret, does it?
It could mean that. It could mean yeah, because all it says is plus the capital NEW T9 Absolver Scattergun. So it's either going to be for the our upcoming assault or another. It seems odd that they haven't done anything for the Punisher, which is what we normally see, but they like to keep us on our toes.
I've got it up if you want to.
Okay, screen share it. Yeah, okay.
We know the name of that latest of the next assault hole, don't we?
The Zealot.
Yeah, the Zealot.
The Zealot. Alvar and Zealot seem to go together okay.
Yeah.
As far as a name theme wise, so that's probably what it is.
Yeah, probably. And so it's a scattergun ship, right? Not what you said.
Yep.
Somebody said.
Well, yeah, it's an assault ship, so yeah. So my guess is they're getting us way prepped up for next time around. So,
and this pillage is April 1st pillage, as we can see.
yeah.
Joke will be on us.
And we'll have a show that day, so
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll learn what
Prizes
they're doing.
disintegrate when you open them.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll give us chests.
and we'll get 25% repair turned off for them too.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, and I just got the calendar. Nothing new that we didn't discern from the PVE calendar from earlier. So,
Went to the April CM diary.
That's
next Monday, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, the March. Well, yeah, it says the March CM diary, but I'm assuming it means April.
Yeah, it seems they've been doing a lot of copy and pasting lately.
Well, that habit has been going on for 5, 6, 7 years. So yeah, it just seems to be part of the mechanic. I wouldn't blame that on the new crew. That's been going on for a long time. So, but yeah, but it is getting released in March, but it is for the month of April, so it sort of makes sense. But I think the last one was the March CM diary, so we got 2 of those. But okay, anybody learning anything in here that we haven't figured out before? Okay.
What were those 2 TLCs? Beyond the Breach, that's for Breachers, and Cry Havoc, is that for Riots?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it for Riots? For some reason, I thought it was for a PvP hall. I could be wrong, though. Cry Havoc. I looked it up in the forum. Cry Havoc cheats. Okay. So we have a confirmation that it's I don't know. I don't recall that one, but for some reason I thought it was PvP related.
It might be.
So I'm not certain, but it could be anything. It's
I can't like so many times anymore. I just can't keep up with them though.
while we're chasing that down, is there anything else we should show or do or discuss?
Is anybody having trouble like going from server to server where it takes an awful long time to get into the battle?
Are you in Flash or are you in HTML5?
I'm still using Flash, and this is the first time where I'm starting a battle that's simultaneously going with the screen open. I never used to have that problem.
For me, after this update, if I clear my cache and my register and everything, I'll get that for the first half a dozen battles or so. But it gets better if I keep that if I don't clear it.
I don't know. It's been happening a lot to me today, and it's different.
Yeah, I have issues with HTML5 from time to time. It takes so long to get into the battle. By the time you get in there, it's already started.
Yeah, I won't use HTML5 yet.
I've switched back to Flash. I couldn't get
I
messages to work. I had trouble loading. I just switched back to Flash.
I've been using HTML5 primarily for the last several months, for the last several weeks at least.
It seems to crash more than what Flash did.
Well, they made Flash so much better, right? Right before they did this. So it was
in chat. Dean's correct there. Cry Havoc is the TLC for Warhounds, where you hit a bunch of different bases.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one everybody hates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried it the last 2 times, but I might try it this time.
Yeah, I haven't been able to try it before, but I might be able to this time. Get through part
Maybe
of
you
it.
get your fifth Warhound that way.
Yeah, I've got my 5
Warhound
Warhounds. It's just 2 of them aren't complete.
Yeah. I thought it was PvP. So you got 2 PvP and then the pillage, and the
FM, which again, save your tokens, save your chests and tokens the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it seems like they're really prepping us up early for the. At least if I'm reading this correctly, and there's nothing else in there for the Punisher for this next assault phase.
Well, that's good. I'd rather be prepped early than not at all.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to upgrade our duck again for this one.
Yeah. Maybe that's what maybe they looked at things and realized with the dock weight issue and the dock that that's why they kept on they doubled up on the Judgment Day, and now they're not going to force us to do anything for the last raid in the Psycho. They're just trying to sort of normalize things for everybody. Chuck says Facebook Game Room still doesn't like HTML5. So put the link out there again. There we go. Yep. Still had that in my clip. Is there anything else we should be discussing at this point?
No, I can't think of anything else. There's just not a lot going on. I wish we'd have the CM Diary to talk about, but we'll have a lot to talk about next time.
Yep. That's my assumption, Michael. That's that a lot of players are behind because of the relative to the original schedule because of they didn't have the dock weight to fully build their ships. They could have spent a lot of time upgrading, but they see where everybody is. They can do the analytics, figure out where what percentage of players have this, what percentage of players have that, and try to fix it if they see it as a problem. So that's my assumption of why they're doing some of these things.
One thing sort of related to Outpost 12, I still wish they'd develop a fix for putting in the composite walls. I shouldn't have to recycle all 4 walls one at a time and then build one composite wall one at a time and accidentally maybe recycle my portals in the process.
I thought
Wish
they
there
were
was a better way to do that.
going to get rid of that. Are you sure? But I still get that
They
message.
did, but that doesn't solve the entire issue.
I still get it, or at least I did before the update. Maybe I haven't tried since the update. It's a pain in the ass. So I haven't done my walls. I agree. They need to make an easier solution. Delete the row or something.
We have upgrade row, yep, so we should have delete row.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe file your ticket saying, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall," and see what happens.
Love it.
So, and maybe things will change here. But all right, if we don't have much else to talk about, the link's there in case anybody wants to join the after show. And hope you all have the best of luck in Bounty or Judgment Day. And like I said, if you're a little worried about doing Judgment Day because the Punishers don't have countermeasures or whatnot, if they're decently developed, you should do quite well with them. Did you ever give it a shot, Derpy?
I'm currently in Price Pack 2 with them.
I'm still not doing good. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Should we have Kenny run through it again?
Just send me what the build is and I see what I did wrong.
Well, you should have. I gave you
thought it
my.
was yours. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
I am not running a crew.
Share it in the after show.
I'm running. I'm always upgrading one, so I'm using the flag and 3 other ones.
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
Yeah, because I want to keep them upgrading.
Yes.
So
Try again.
So yeah, I don't know. And yeah, the weird thing is I had Mike change over his build to be mine because I was doing better in the raid, but I'm not
Unless
sure.
I did something wrong and changed out something that I misinterpreted or something. I don't know. Which wouldn't be,
Indeed, I might have been, because I had 2 7-day build tokens left over from Choke Point Elite, which was launched like 3 years ago. So I was able to right away go to the full 400K. So, my results may not be what everybody else is getting.
He's having a hoarder.
Well, what else is I going to spend them? I was waiting to spend them on the shipyard because I'm not going through that shipyard thing again.
Yeah.
By the way, Craig Havoc was the name of the campaign where we used offensive ships.
Conquer ships.
Conqueror ships. Yeah, so you were right.
Yeah, we already found that out.
Yeah.
I was looking now and
Yeah.
I wasn't listening to the show.
Okay. Yeah. You are correct there.
I'm glad I'm correct 10 minutes later.
It's a lot easier to watch the show when you're not on the show. Just saying.
Well, I started looking at researching other stuff too, like which specials I was supposed to have on this brand new turret that doesn't seem to do anything and things like that.
Yeah. I'm hoping everybody's dock is level 16 at this point, or it will be really soon. I'm just saying, Dean, that I was at dock level 16 before the last raid, like 3 or 4 days before the last raid. So it's been that way for a while. So I knew I was going to get there, so I built differently. I immediately went with full weapons, full armor. I spent more attention to building my ship than upgrading it, because that was the fallback. If you couldn't, if you couldn't fit the ships due to weight, you were better off spending your time upgrading. So I think everybody's sort of, by the second rate, everybody should end up around the same spot, but I don't know. I'm not certain. Okay. Well, if that's it, I'm going to end the show. The link's there in case anyone wants to join the after show. And we'll see you on Wednesday when we're going to have we'll had a day to digest the CM diary and the pillage briefing to figure out what the absolver is. Is that a turret or something for the next assault ship? So
Does tier 9 not give us a clue, or is they both tier 9?
they should both be tier 9.
My money's on scattergun, but we'll see you then.
Well, it says
I'm not sure if it was making a joke there or not.
I was definitely trying to make a joke. I forgot about that.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel better
It's
about
not sarcastic at
Right.
all.
I'm
Yeah,
very
it's a-
I cry havoc now.
Okay. No, I think Derpy was doing that one intentionally. I'm not sure that you were doing that intentionally, Kenny.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, we'll see you all on Wednesday. And
Can I claim I was?
what?
Can I claim I was?
Yes, you can.
You can, but I'm not sure everybody's going to believe you.
credibility is a little low right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lady Cat. Ow.
And everybody, and good night, everybody, and tell your governors to be nice. So until then, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Good night, all.
Cry havoc.
Good night.
Bye.